We start with Sefer Shmiras Halashon. And the topic today, 2 tablets. Let's see, 2 tablets. For the Torah scroll to be kosher, endowed with a proper sanctity, it cannot be missing a single letter. Even the imperfection in one letter can render the Torah scroll invalid. Okay, so let's stop here. We actually learned it. Where did we learn it? In a class of Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. It was like summaries in laws of Tehillim, right? When we were discussing the laws of Tehillim, so we were discussing these different errors that would make the Tehillim, and needless to say, Torah writing is invalid. So even one letter, like even part of the letter is missing. So, and what does it mean? Missing that even you can't read the whole word because you know the word. But if you show a child who is, as Shulchan Aruch says, Mishnah Brura comments, not especially smart and not very dumb, like a normal child, like I don't know, 6, 7 years old, 9 even, right? And if he cannot, who can read but who does not know the words really, right? Who cannot recognize the word, so this deceit. So by the word of this little child, the whole Sefer Torah is going to be invalid, right? It's very interesting. So one letter, even part of the letter is missing, can render the whole Sefer Torah invalid. So that's halacha. So let's see. In a similar way, a Jew is considered a believer and a worthy of portion in the world to come only if he believes that every letter contained in the Torah is God-given. So it's very important, and we learn actually in Rambam in Hilchas Teshuvah when we discuss in the definition of apikoris, right? And one of the definition of apikoris, which we translated as heretic, is the one who denies even one concept, even one rabbinical point. Right? So that, he denies like any laws of in the Torah, any statement or right. So he's considered to be heretic, and it's in one of the categories that have no portion on the world to come. Serious business to deny Torah. If heaven forfend, one denies the authenticity of even a single letter in the Torah, it is as if he has denied the authenticity of the entire Torah. Right? So he's a person that maybe this letter is extra, or maybe our sages separated the letters wrongly. So what does it mean? So Ramban Nachmanides actually explained, if you read his commentary on this parasha Bereshis that is coming up soon. So he said that the Torah was written 974 generations before the world was created, and it was written without spaces. So technically, you could have divided not us, but the Torah could have divided differently, like spaces differently, and it could. And then he gives a few beautiful examples, like I don't remember exactly example, but very very interesting that the whole meaning changes. It's like totally different subject. It depends where you put the spaces. Very very interesting, right? So when a person technically denies not even a single letter, but even single space, the division of the words. So he's in a big trouble. Let's see. We're all ma'amim, b'nei ma'amim, believers, son of the believers. Right? All of us believe that every letter of the Torah has received by Moshe from Hashem. How then it is possible for a person to approach even a single mitzvah without proper reverence? So it's a very good point. Of course, we understand where he's going to with that, right? So he said, if we believe that everything was received by Moshe, it's one of the 13 principles that the Moshe was of Judaism, that Moshe was the primary prophet, and he received everything from Hashem, right? So, and how can we not to be scared, right? To treat this mitzvah lightly, if you know that it's directly from Hashem. This is not an indication. This is not an indication of faulty belief. Rather, it points to habitual transgression of the commandment, which results in one viewing the forbidden as something permissible. Once a man has been guilty of transgressing and repeats it, it becomes to him like something permissible. It's Kiddushim 48. And we actually said it, we learned this in depth in Hilchas Teshuvah, when Rambam said, so one time person does whatever Aveira, some sin, and it's okay, he feels very bad. Second time he does it, not so bad. And third time, Rambam explains, based on this, he feels it's a big mitzvah, so he's doing big favor to humanity with his behavior. Right? That's how Yetzer Hara works. So we try and never ever do any sins. The Torah states, He Hashem gave Moshe the 2 tablets of the testimony. It says in Shmos 31:18. Okay, the Torah omits the vav from the word luchos, tablets, so that the word can be read as if it's singular, lucho, right? Tablet. Rashi cited that Homa writes that this teaching that the tablets were identical in dimension with a supernatural precision, so that they appear as they were one. Okay, so one letter is missing, and of course our sages derive a big lesson from that, right? So only one vav is missing. Technically, you can read this and pronounce the same even without vav, right? Technically, you can pronounce the same, right? But they learn from here that these tablets were exactly the same. And since the writings on the tablets were not the same, different number of letters, so that's, of course, it's a miracle. Okay. The commandment describes upon the first tablet concern the man's relations with God, while those on the second concern the man's relations with his fellow. The tablets were made identical to teach us that all of the mitzvahs are vital, and it is the totality of their spiritual light within the single individual that produces man of spiritual perfection. So very interesting conclusion. So all of these mitzvahs, why the tablets were exactly the same? Because as we know, even though there are only 10 commandments, or 10 statements, 10 sayings, they say these 2 tablets, but from there, our sages derive all of the other commandments from these 10. So those are big ideas, of course. There is the commandment, but they also big ideas from which we derive the rest of 613. Right? And we said that all of the 613 are equally important. So a person cannot pick and choose. Right? Okay. So we stop here.